edition. Get it now at shop.backgammongalaxy.com. We have new Earthboard options available. Choose your favorite, Apollo or Monte Carlo, available at shop.backgammongalaxy.com.
How to Not Suck at Backgammon, a Grandmaster's Guide for Beginners and Intermediates. Get your copy now at the Galaxy Shop.
What's up, Backgammon fans? I'm Marc Olsen, Backgammon Grandmaster. In front of me, I have one of the coolest backgammon boards ever designed, the Casio Void board. Go check it out on the Backgammon Galaxy web shop and get your board right now.
The Earth board is a Backgammon Galaxy bestseller. Place your order now while they're in stock.
What's up, Backgammon fans? I'm Marc Olsen, Backgammon Grandmaster. Are you the next Grandmaster? If not, you better get your copy of Backgammon Masterclass. I'm the author alongside with two-time world champion and the only super Grandmaster in the world, Masayuki Mochizuki. The book takes you through the game plans, the strategy of the game, strategic visualization, a back game chapter, first time ever back game chapter, and how to use the doubling cube in middle game situations. Get your copy now in the Backgammon Galaxy web shop. Download the Backgammon Galaxy app for iOS or Android and see how you rank among the stars. Backgammon Galaxy is the main sponsor of the UBC.
Register for the Backgammon World Championship 2024 in Monte Carlo. We kick off with the UBC Contender Tournament from July 25th to July 29th. Then the Monte Carlo Open, a warm-up event from July 27th to 28th. Finally, we have the main
Yes. I'm just talking to Wilson. I gotta go by now. Okay, ciao, love you. Be careful with the dinner, okay? Ciao, dears. Good, ciao, baby. Så lige ud. 18. Vi vil gerne have Birgitte til at transkribere. Så hun sidder her på en barstol med computer. Er det fint? Ja. Det sætter vi lige op. Det bliver spændende at se der.
Er det meget god? Jeg vil huske, den er live. Mikrofonen er live, så man kan godt høre. Men det er fint nok. Det er bare, så vi ikke siger et eller andet kompromitterende. Skal vi ikke bare give Marc en føring på 5 til at starte med?
Jo, det skal vi. Jeg tror ikke, de lægger mærke.
Ej, der er ikke nogen, der lægger mærke.
Så sætter vi computeren op der.
Du sidder her, Marc. Ja,
du skal lige have nøglekortet af valg.
Ja, når han er færdig. What kind of...
It's an iPhone. It's just like 10 minutes or something. It's only 17%.
Yeah. And then I just need a...
Yeah, and I've taken the sound out. So are you doing the commentary or?
No, that's actually you.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if I have the...
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
okay. be a long night if we don't get anything. Somewhere it's like a woman's
so many
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a lot of games. But of course I don't have that one.
No, it's okay. I'll ask Mark.
So close.
What is this? This is the one.
That's
This
the
is
one.
the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I didn't find it because it's on mine.
Okay.
And then
Great.
is it? Can it be over here?
Yeah, for sure.
over here.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Strange. Maybe it doesn't work.
This cable doesn't work.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, then take this one out. It was over here. Maybe there was a reason why
Mark,
it was left.
this one doesn't work right.
No.
It doesn't really work, right?
No.
Yeah, something is wrong with
Throw
it.
it out.
I was afraid that it was the.
And nu prøvede vi at høre også.
Ja, jeg troede...
All right, we have a special treat. We have the high roller event coming up with Backgammon Galaxy's very own Marc Olsen. Round of applause for Marc Olsen stepping into the €2,000 high roller event with Mads Andersen, whom I believe is a former world champion. Marc Olsen has a bunch of books on backgammon out. He has, what is it? Pure Strategy, Cube Like a Boss. He has, what are the other ones? The newest one is How to Not Suck at Backgammon, which is available, I believe, on the Backgammon Galaxy website. You can go there and check it out. It is available for sale, direct delivery to your home in America or in Europe or anywhere else on Earth. And if he doesn't win this match and he's down €2,000, he's going to need more of you to buy the book to help cover the cost of him being in the event. He will play backgammon for food, folks. He will play backgammon for food. Kidding, kidding, kidding. All right, and if anybody out there wants to start transcribing, there is a transcriber you'll see behind us, but unfortunately we are not able to get it connected. And thank you. The undefeated final, we had Libby playing a 6.
Download the Backgammon Galaxy app for iOS or Android and see how you rank among the stars. Backgammon Galaxy is the main sponsor of the UBC.
And we had Katrian, I can't pronounce these names, playing a 5.2. Fantastic level of play from both players. This is the first round in the high roller event. Round number 1.
Good match.
Marc Olsen is on the bottom of our screen. Mads Andersen is on the top. Thank you very much. I did see that. You purchased the Cube Reference Position book by Kit Woosley. Yep. Thank you very much. I did see that during our break here. It's funny because Marc was showing me a position during our lunch today, and I was like, Marc, this is a double and a take. I know this for sure. And he's like, how do you know? And I go, well, I mean, this is one of these positions I played out from this book many years ago. And then, you know, because I had it downloaded on my phone because it's a PDF, I was able to just show him the reference positions that I referred to, and he was like, oh, wow, that's pretty useful. And I'm like, yeah, it is pretty useful. So if anything comes up like that in this match, Marc will be really fresh because he saw a position somebody else showed him, and then we were able to refer to a reference position. You're up in the race so much. Oh, the double hit. Really? Okay. I might have just made the 9 and stepped up, but this also seems reasonable as long as they don't hit me. Which they do. I think they should hit instead of make the 5. I need to send that second guy back so they don't just start making points. And me having 4 checkers on the 24 makes me feel really bad. I've definitely read Marc's books, Pure Strategy and Cube Like a Boss. I hear How to Not Suck at Backgammon is like a souped up, improved version of one of the other earlier books he has on Amazon. The name I'm forgetting. I love the name though, How to Not Suck at Backgammon. 3-1. Yeah, let's just make the 5. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. 6-4 makes the advanced anchor. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with these out-of-print books. 2, yeah, that looks good. And the question of whether or not we play 24 to 21 or 13-10 is a good question. I don't necessarily want to be in a back game, but I'm not necessarily committed to one right now, so I'd probably just play 13-10. Yes, I have the print version of both books. Actually, Volume 2 is still available in print. Not available as a PDF as of yet because it is not out of print. And the publishers, of course, are still making money from the paper distribution, like paperback version, of course. 5-2 should just come out probably. I would just come out, I think. You could come down, but I would probably just come out. Oh, I have no idea what a bad rating on Backgammon Galaxy would be. You know, it's all relative to where you are and where you want to be. You know, some people are very content with their current level of play. Some people strive to be one of the best in the world, of course, you know, and anything less than best is not good enough for them. So whether or not your rating is, you know, 24, 25, 2600, or it's 17, 1800, you know, your destination is where you want to go. It's relative. 3-5 is a great shake. This hits and plays 18 to 13 just to clean that up, I think. Someone's asking me if I'm going to write a book. I do have ideas for books. The hard part, though, is the writing of them. Would love to do an audiobook since that's how I consume most books nowadays, to be honest. I listen to audiobooks every day. None of them are about backgammon, though. 6-4. This is a great roll. We should make the 9-point for sure. There's no doubt about that. Putting pressure on these 2 back checkers, making sure we're priming them and not allowing them to leave. (6-4) is just going to hit loose on the 3-point, I think. We could also play 2 down, which I think is worth considering. In which country has backgammon played the most? I mean, there's definitely a lot of backgammon players in the U.S., but the U.S. is a very large country. I don't know about per capita, though, right? Like how large an average, you know, number of players there are of backgammon versus the entire U.S. population. That's more of a census question. I do not know. Certain regions of the states definitely play backgammon more than others, though. New York, super popular. LA, quite popular, right? Yes, and of course there's all like Greece and Middle Eastern countries where, you know, they play tavla or they play some other version of backgammon. I'm speaking of the type of backgammon we're playing here with the doubling cube. You know, some of these players that grew up without the doubling cube are fantastic, though. I mean, just their level of checker play ends up being really high. Yeah, I mean, if you want to study and practice with the positions, there's a program out there that we use called Extreme Gammon, and I would take the positions and put them into the program myself, and then I would play them out against the computer, and then look at my results. You can play it in tutor mode. It'll tell you where you make mistakes, and you can try to see the patterns the computer is trying to do. Oh, are we coming out here? Yeah, maybe we don't have the time to play this back game. Okay. Sounds reasonable. Can't let him escape, though. 2-1 just comes all the way up. So black is going to be attacking white with any 2, any 7, any 10. So the 2 is going to hit for sure. And the 3 is coming out, apparently. Seems okay. One 4 is not fantastic. Extreme Gammon is not a free program, but it is not an expensive program. I think it's like, depending on where you are, of course. I mean, we all know that's relative, how much something costs and who thinks something is expensive or not. But compared to earlier backgammon programs like Snowy, which I think went for $400, Extreme Gammon is actually a much stronger program than Snowy was. And it comes in at $60, but you can often find a coupon for, I don't know, $10 off or something. I think you can find it for around $50 online. It's the program all of the pros use to help analyze their games. Now, I don't need to make a point with these outside checkers. I don't care if they hit me because there's 2 blots in their home board, right? So tactically, I think it would be a mistake to make a point because of the 2 blots. We can diversify and give ourselves more good numbers to make the bar. The bar point is the 7 point for anyone that might not know out here. Are there competitions that don't use doubling cubes? You know, most of the modern backgammon competitions that we go to, pro level players are all using the doubling cube. There was a beginners event at the tournament in Macau recently that allowed players to play without the use of the doubling cube. And 5-point matches can take forever that way, by the way. Cubes can shorten the length of the match because then you use the cube and all of a sudden, you know, you can win 2 points or 4 points in a game, sometimes 6 points in a race to 9, which is what they're playing to here. 3-1. Can OpenAI play backgammon at a reasonable level? I don't think OpenAI is a backgammon program. I dare you to ask any artificial intelligence anything about backgammon and have them give you a sensible answer. The photograph AIs don't know what a backgammon board looks like. I definitely tried to teach ChatGPT about backgammon, and it has no idea. You know, you ask it the simplest questions. Okay, hello, my name is Justin Knoll. I'm a professional backgammon player from New York City. I am trying to get some information about how I should play particular roles in backgammon. So starting with the opening roll 3-1, I asked it one day, how do you play the opening roll of 3-1, ChatGPT? And then it went into this amazingly long response that had nothing to do with making the 5-point whatsoever. It couldn't figure it out. couldn't figure it out at all. Gave me 5 or 6 other answers that had nothing to do with making the 5-point. And then I corrected ChatGPT, actually. I told them what I thought the best play was, which is quite clear. And it, air quotes, thought about it for a moment. It actually apologized for its previous answer. And then it went on to give me much more accurate information about backgammon. So if I can teach ChatGPT something about backgammon, I can teach you something about backgammon. So feel free to message me at justin@backgammonuniversity.com if you're in the need of lessons. Yeah, I mean, okay, staying further back I like because black is quite possibly could roll a 5 or a 6 next roll, right? In which case, black will be coming to you, and then you might be able to hit them in the outfield. Two. Yeah, this looks like it's going to make the 1 point. Seems reasonable, I guess. The other option would just be to come off the 18, which incurs quite a bit of risk. This 5-1 is just going to make the 2 point. All right, 5-4. Sheesh. Can't help it. Well, if you're going to do this, you're coming off with both of them. Martin, how are you doing the transcription? That's fantastic. I would love to hear more information about these plays over the board. There's a little 2 duplication. This is cute. So he hits and then lifts, of course, if you're hitting, I think. You get hit back with 3-4, double 3s, 3-2, 4-2, which could be a little funny. If you're going to roll a 6-1, that's the best place to roll it. You don't want to stay on the roof. Oh, the repeating dice syndrome. That's not good. 2-4 could make the 4 point, but maybe you should just hit the checker. You want to be able to get that guy. You don't want him to disappear. I think I'm being asked what is my favorite book of all time. Well, if you're asking me about backgammon books, my favorite book is Backgammon Boot Camp by Walter Trice. Yeah, just hit the guy and keep on going. I like this play. Seems likely we'll be able to close the 3 point. And there's the 3 point closed right now. And Mads Andersen looks like he could be losing a gammon in this game if he doesn't enter and start moving the freight around the board quickly. 4-2, I would just rip one off. I'm not scared. Apparently neither is Marc. If you haven't yet, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of the love. We have 230 likes on this video so far. We've almost, getting to 300 by, what did I say? We would love to beat yesterday's total. That's why we decided to show Marc Olsen on the stream today. Very popular player out there. the guy who created Backgammon Galaxy, I'm sure with a few other people. Definitely its biggest promoter. Double fives. Five, four. It looks like this gammon is going to be very difficult to get off. Three, six. Six, four. Six, five. And he's resigning a gammon, I think, or the transcriber's catching up. Yeah, I wouldn't resign a gammon. 2-1, double six. Could happen. Yes, thank you all for being here today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us, and we appreciate you for that.
Hvad slog du der?
Jeg slog bare et eller andet.
Jamen, dig har jeg. Det skulle de sorte, jeg ikke har.
Så det er måske ikke rykket tilbage.
The time settings they use are traditional settings in backgammon, which means 2 minutes per point. So there's a 9-point match. They get 2 minutes per point, which means they should have 18 minutes to start with, and the classic delay time would be 12 seconds. So you get 12 seconds to move and roll and such.
Den der. Den er rigtig nok, ikke? Nej. Så hvordan kommer jeg tilbage her?
Just sorting out the transcriber right now.
Den der.
Har du gjort det?
Ja.
Så passer det også med 6 5 næste gang.
Sådan der, ikke? Jo, og så... Det jeg ikke kan forstå, det er, hvordan den der kommer derud og stå.
Ja.
Du slog hvad?
No problem, Penny Lane. Thank you for showing up here, watching our streams. I see your name in the chat very often.
Så tager du de der af. Og hvad slår du så her?
Den her kom her. Du slog en 3'er.
Thank you very much, Carlos. I appreciate it. I'm glad everyone out there is enjoying themselves. I'm enjoying myself too. Love doing a bit of commentary. I'm happy I was able to play earlier this week in the UBC event here. Played much better this go around than the last time I did the UBC. Maybe I just got used to the online portion,
Hvad så med den, der står?
like they played in Turkey last year.
Så er vi enige. Ja. Du beklager jeg en gang.
Seemed like I was on my A game for most of it. Finished second there, but still had the overall lowest PR average of anyone in the event, which I'm quite happy to say because I keep on repeating it, of course. Yes, it has happened before that players have run out of time in tournaments. Definitely it has happened before. Kavit Hussein, greetings from Azerbaijan, he says. How are you? Very nice to have someone tuning in from Azerbaijan. Is this where Garry Kasparov is from? Former multiple-time world champion. Some might say the greatest chess player in the history of chess. Yes, I had some tough decisions. You know, I look back on them and I should have made the best play. Just, I don't know. Don't want to make excuses for it. Stuff happens. It's backgammon. Anytime I make mistakes in a match, it just gives me an opportunity to learn something new that I might have misunderstood or forgotten or just didn't have at the tip of my tongue. every time you have the opportunity to kind of reinforce an idea in your mind in backgammon, it's always good, you know? It might take a few times before you remember the pattern, but, you know, it gets easier over time for sure. The more positions you see critically, you take them apart, you study them, you save similar positions, and you start to assess and reassess and go back and forth, and then your, you know, depth of understanding improves year by year. If there was only a third match, you know? Who knows? Playing at 2.68 during the preliminary rounds over the first 7 matches. Those matches are going to be on my YouTube channel, though, so when I get back to London, I'm going to start adding commentary and the XG feed over those for me to upload to my own personal YouTube channel, which is Justin Knoll Plays BG. If you haven't been there before, go check it out. There's videos of me teaching backgammon, me playing backgammon in tournaments around the world, me playing my wife, actually, and doing commentary on her moves, which are at a different level than mine, but she still played quite well. You know, it's one thing to do commentary on masters playing like today versus people with less experience. They make different types of mistakes, more normal mistakes, I would say, that a lot of viewers might make that find it helpful for me to break down what's going on in those types of positions. The 3-6 enters and hits. It's a great shake. That's true, Jack Blake. I do live in London now. The wife is British. We have a house there. Got a kid on the way. How are you, Max, from Northern California? What number is this? 5-5 or 5-4? Must be a 5-4. Do we need to hit here? 4 guys back. I don't know. Looks like we're trying to blitz. We might get away with it. We might not. They anchor. I hope. Oh, they have this double hit option as well. Yeah, this seems reasonable, actually. Double 5s. That should help to control the outfield some. He could also point on the guy if he wanted to, which I might have a hard time not doing. Let's see here. Okay, he entered with both. So yeah, I think I prefer coming out and holding the outside point over pointing on the 3-point here. Feel like it adds a lot of control. There aren't many checkers in the zone to kind of help this blitz actually work, you know? I've only got 7 checkers in the zone and 5 checkers back. I don't like their chances here. So maybe we just go for a bit of control. Have another outside point, cause a few problems this way. I don't know, I kind of like it. Having 5 checkers on the 20-point just seems a bit weird to me. But, of course, it could be totally right to just make the point. If anybody knows in the chat, let me know. I would come out. XG prefers the 3-point. By how much? They both look pretty good. The 5 checkers on the 20-point seem bad to me. Marc finds the best play. 5-1 enters on the 20 and just picks up the outside guy here. Three, 2. 6-2 makes the 18 point. That's a great number, I believe. I mean, I don't think when white has blitzing structure, you want to allow them to blitz you. So coming out to the 18 seems quite reasonable. It was a 48 millipoint error according to XG. Double fives, okay. 1. I think we come down with 2 of them. Why this? Why not make an outside point? I would just come down, I think. And we can either come out with this 3 or we could come down with the 5. I think. I'd like to have a point in the bottom left-hand quadrant. Seems like that adds quite a bit of value. I'm not overall worried about getting hit, and I feel like now that I have to move, I wish I had maybe a few more spare checkers to play with. So here we're just going to make the point, I think. We could cover. Covering seems reasonable as well. Yeah, okay. That looks pretty good. 3-4. Well, now that Marc has this strong board, you're going to feel some sort of way about just hitting and covering. Getting hit back seems quite costly. But maybe you get missed. What hits? 2-6, 3-5, 2-3, 3-3, 5-3, of course, double fives. That's not 0 numbers, but don't know if you can just go to the 7 point. That just seems a little funny as well. But if he enters, you're going to have a lot of cleaning up to do, and the cost of getting hit is pretty high. Four, 2. Just slot the 4 point. Three, 1. Guess we just go to the 2 point like this. Anything else leaves a shot, and white's board is getting a bit too strong. Here, we can just come out. Now that there's 2 blots in black's board, white isn't afraid of them being hit. 5-4. Guess 13-4. Makes sense. Trying to not leave a shot, trying to get home without getting hit. No, I don't make the 1. I think I just come to the 8 point, hope to make the 4. Hitting me with an ace seems pretty costly. Unless, of course, it's double 1s. Double 3s comes down and then off of the 18. Just moving forward, I think. You're probably up in the race. Looks like you are, just eyeballing it. Double 2s, another great roll for black. Yeah, seems reasonable for us to just try to get around the board, I think, if they're up in the race. So I would just put the checkers on the 11 point and then count. $78, 81, 87, 89 for black. Okay, so white is down 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pips. So black should just come around for sure. There's no doubt about it. But how are you getting home? I think if you just come around the corner, you can cube, yeah? If you're up enough. Five, four. Yes, thank you. Not coming all the way around with the double twos is a 111 blunder, so 111 millipoints. Because you might get stuck out there. Six, one just makes the ace point, getting ready for the shot that might happen. Rolling medium numbers would not be good, like 5-1 is bad, it doesn't connect. 5-1 makes the 4 point. Now white is really ready for contact. 5-3 is the worst number in the deck. Can't even believe it. He has to clear the 6 point, of course. You can't leave a shot here. I don't think black should double this at all. The other side has an amazing board, and your position is just getting weaker minute by minute. And you might just be coming into a direct shot sometime soon. This 5-3 is not ideal. I don't know if we should do this. We let him off the hook with twos. God, is it a thing to even break our board here and just have him come to us? I mean, I know I want to split. Okay, he just comes around. Please let me know what is happening here with this play. I think we let him off the hook with some small numbers, but not this number. 1511 is a 111 error. Coming all the way around is the error. Wow. Interesting. I'm reading these comments wrong. 4-1. This is shot time, and maybe Marc can cube. But no, he's up too much in the race. He's up too much in the score, I think, to swing a 4 cube. Or to swing an initial cube on the guy here. Seems like something if you miss, you might get back pretty soon. Something I would do for money. Don't think I would do it at the score, though. Don't want my opponent to give me a 4 cube back. For money, I would do it. Maybe you can do it here. Up 4 points, though. Maybe. I mean, how does he get around? Your board is amazing. Maybe you can give this cube. How many numbers hit? So we have 5s, which is 2, 3, 4, 1, plus 11 other direct numbers. That's 15 numbers. Plus we have 10s, which is 6, 4, and double 5s. So 18 numbers hit, which is like half of our numbers. And some of those lead to gammons, and it's not like black gets to just recube if you miss either. I think the problem is sometimes you roll a 6 and you don't, but your race is okay as well. I mean, this is a massive cube for money. The only reason why I'm considering not doubling is because we're up 4 points already. But if I don't think that black can just give us a recube immediately if missed, then maybe we can double this. Marc twists the cube. Professional level backgammon play right here. And I mean, you have to take this. He could just miss you, and then that 4 cube leverage is really, really strong. Double ones misses. So Marc has to stay as far back as possible, I think. He should just go to the 1 point. Can he recube here? Huh. Maybe he can. This is what I was afraid of when it came to the cube, that I would miss. The problem with thinking so long about the cube is the dice gods sometimes don't reward you when you think too much. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. That's not real. Maybe he should twist it. What's the race? Anybody know the race out there? I know we have a lot of wastage. So, I mean, black must be up in the race. Just physically speaking, even though there is wastage. There's a lot of pick and pass numbers that might cause him to miss his market. Maybe not, though. Well, this is fun. I think I'm gonna recube. I've decided. I'm gonna recube. I just think I'm up enough in the race. I'm going to either pick and pass, or I'm going to run over his head, and then he might just be coming to me and I might hit him on the next roll. And if I don't pick and pass and I just get over his head and he doesn't come to me, anytime that I go to him and he misses, I've lost my market as well. So it's 54 to 66. We have some wastage. We could add like 2 pips for every extra checker over 2 on the ace point. So it's like 58, 59. We could add 60. I'm going to say cube. Let's double it. Throw it out there. Put the pressure on Marc. There we go. This is why this man's won a world championship, folks. He's putting the pressure on Marc. Now, he must have decided before he cubed that he could take if he was missed. He thought of that sequence already. 5, 6. This has to hit, by the way. This has to hit. It's the fewest number of shots you hitting, I think. You just get 11 plus a few indirects. This could be a very short match, folks. We might have another match after this on stream. And he hits just like a professional. If Marc doesn't roll a 5, he's going to be in some serious trouble. Or 6-3. Here, the 5 is right in the window. Whoa. Why would you redouble? I don't think you can. I think you just play on for a G here. Try to get the extra point. Here's your 2-5. And maybe you just win the entire match outright right here. Three, 1. I mean, this is the safest play. Your gammons don't really... Is this the safest play? How do you play 6-5 afterwards? The problem is 6-5 here as well. 6-4. Those all leave shots. 6-1 on the other hand is perfectly safe. 4-2 is just going to clear from the rear. You're just going to clear from the rear. I don't see any point risking any losses here when the 4 points is going to get you to Crawford. I don't like leaving gaps. This just leaves a shot with 6s, 5s, and 4s. The other one's going to leave a shot, I think, with just 6-2, but long term, I don't like the gap. If you like Marc Olsen's shirt, you can bid for it, I believe. We'll put it up on the Galaxy page for you if you'd like. If you want to learn how to not suck at backgammon, of course, Marc's book is available for sale on the Backgammon Galaxy web store. Marc's going for that G. He sees that black's board is broken and doesn't think that he has many chances to lose this match as long as black enters. So he's taking a few chances to win this G. The 6-2 enters and just comes out. And now Marc needs a big double to put the sweat in. 6-1, he's odd, so it's going to take him 4 rolls if he doesn't roll a double to get off. Mads has 2 crossovers here. 6-1 takes 2 checkers off. Oh no, that's a bit small. This is smelling a little bit more gammonish. If Marc gets a double here, it's almost a nail in the coffin. One, okay. Double 4s. 6-4, okay. This essentially assures he gets off the gammon if Marc doesn't roll double 2s or better. Double 6s for the match. Wow, that was a quick one. Wow, all right. I could have thought of better things to do with $2,000. Then play 3 games with Marc. All right, I'm going to go in the other room and check the XG file. I'm going to see if we're going to get another match on here since this was a quick one. All right, I will be back in a moment. That was some nice cue play, huh? That last game?
That was about the only thing I got right. That's how I did the ball.
It's 7-5. Thanks for the bounce high.
Du skal lige have gemt kampen. Jeg trykker ikke lige kontrol safe på det sidste.
No, I played bad, but I also felt like I had the decisions.
Yeah, it's always the, sometimes you just get tough decisions.
But what
as well.
about the first cue into
Curious as well.
Yeah, just felt like awkward decisions to play. Also the way he played off.
Yeah.
That you stayed back. And
Yes, was that correct? It was I actually had some decisions here. This was could have scooted over there.
Yeah, well,
And this one was a little bit already here because you have a better inner board.
What was the 5-3? Someone mentioned this on the stream, number 18.
This one.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
You looked at this play. This was very nice. This looked looked scary, but it looked good after I saw it.
yeah, because
All the little numbers played really
Det var den samme fejl. Jeg faktisk to gange svejt det der med det bedre på den der.
good.
ja, den så ikke så,
Good, good, good.
så klar. Så,
Nej, den her.
ja, det var jeg bare.
Wow, okay. Lille stor fejl. Det var ikke engang noget, jeg sådan tænkte over.
I think that was it though. This 5-3. This was like it was big, but like I think this is
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
that's a very
short, short match.
tough play. It's hard to work down your error rate when you only
Yeah.
have like 2 or 3 games, you know.
Altså det var sådan lidt dårligt spillet den der.
Ja,
Skal man ikke spille sådan? Jeg var i tvivl om det.
selvfølgelig. Og få slået hjem, så har jeg fået 2 punkter.
I was gonna come out for sure.
I would have come out too, but I mean, there's no difference.
It's okay.
I was just so curious.
Yeah, I can watch you later.
Oh yeah, this is a good hit actually. That's close.
Oh, they had the 4-3,
Yeah, you made was it 7 shots.
10,
Yeah, 10.
but it's
It's good to hit.
just like such an open position and the raises. What about the double deuces?
I would have played it another way. I would have done this and come up. But let's see, maybe because there was an idea to stay back, so maybe you were right. No, it was this one was better.
Yeah, that
Short
was.
in the race.
Yeah.
But maybe you were trying to squeeze me a little bit, give me some bad sixes
Yeah.
by staying back. But I think when you are 21 pips, just play.
Does anybody know how to set the clock to this time? Exactly.
Can you just put that clock there?
No. You use the 10%.
Yeah, no, I knew that, but can you